all, I'm Nancy Compton. I'm the Director of Evangelization, and I have with me my daughter today, Alex, and I actually have my son with me too. He's on the tech support back behind the camera today too. If you don't know, I have a little bit of a love for the game of tennis, and during this time of stay-at-home and quarantine, we've had to suspend our tennis game, and fortunately the first day or two of our quarantine, I picked up curbside a pickleball court, and fortunately we have a driveway at home that is about the size of our pickleball court, so we've been investing in this game and learning a little bit about it. As I was playing the other day, I realized that the way in which we play pickleball or sports often is how we live our lives as well. Alex and I are similar in that way, that we can multitask pretty well, and that we have a lot of joy of the sport, but also don't always take it quite as seriously as we should. So we're just going to play a couple points and show you how we set up, and then I'll come back and kind of create that of how we live our lives also. So here's a couple points in pickleball for you. Ready? All right, well, it's kind of nice to be out this morning. I mean, we just kind of, do our thing. Oh, pick up another one. Let's do that one again. So do you have much homework today? Okay, well, okay, all right, let's stop talking and let's kind of focus on what we're supposed to be doing. So let's not worry about like 10 minutes from now, let's focus on our point, okay? Because we know how to do this. All right, so you see that initially what we did is we were just kind of talking. That's often how we live our lives. We kind of very lax about it, and we have a lot of freedom in our lives. And then when we came through that second point really was a great plan. We were intentional about what we were doing. We were thinking well about our choices and making decisions about what we were going to do. We were moving our feet well. That's kind of more setting up our life, setting up the point that we have. I've reflected quite a bit on about being a little bit intentional about our lives. What does that mean to us? Do we goal set? Do we keep a journal? Do we spend time in daily prayer? Do we have a daily task list? Do we do things for ourselves that bring us joy? Do things for others that bring them joy? That's really what it is to be intentional about your living. So hopefully you can think more about being intentional about your living. It sure wasn't going to win me any points with Alex to not be very intentional. Once I became intentional, set up a point, had nice energy about it, and of course won the point too. Just a little bit of competitive edge there also. So thanks for the game, Alex. In Luke 14:28, he says, "Would not someone want to construct a house and not first sit down to calculate what the cost would be? See if there is enough for that there is full completion of the job itself." That's our lives. Do we first sit down and think about what we're going to do and make sure that we can complete the job, win the point? Or do we go ahead and just play with lots of freedom without a plan? So catch us next time on Spiritual Gems. There is a link in the info online about if you want to make a little bit of intentional plan, having a journal, making things that might be goal setting for you. And don't forget to live your lives with a little bit of intentionality.